behalf of our program, I want to thank Mark Meadows and the Birmingham Bowl staff for the invitation. And this is a historic city and a great venue and a great matchup. And we're really excited. Our team is excited to play in this game. We have a number of guys, a number of staff members from the state of Alabama. Um, Little known fact that I was born in Selma, Alabama, so I claim stake to being from there too. And we're excited to play in a game that's proximate to our city and to our fan base, and I'm sure Georgia Tech is too. I've got a ton of respect for Brent Key and the program he's building there, and think this is a matchup of similar teams and like-minded places. And so this is a great step for us, and again, a great bowl game in a great city to hit this mark for our program. And so happy to answer any questions.
Vanderbilt fans went to Birmingham in 2014, the Birmingham Bowl. I think sent 30,000 people. Do you look forward to seeing a lot of black and gold down there?
I do. I think it's honestly, think it has a chance to be a great environment in general. I think both fan bases, being where it's located, I mean, it should be a really great college football game. And I think that the game needs this. You know, this is a bowl game that's going to matter for both teams. And you know, I said this to the team last week, and again, I know this is Georgia Tech's mindset. You know, it's one thing to be invited, but we're there to win. So we're going to enjoy everything that leads up, and we're going to have fun with the process of playing in a bowl. But we're going to go down there to put our best effort on the field and to win a game. So it should make for an exciting game for the fan base. But certainly, I expect Vanderbilt fans to show up and not just to celebrate the year that was and all the things, all the investment, sacrifice this team made to get us to this point, but also to look forward to what's to come. And that's the opportunity of a bowl game, is you have a chance to celebrate again the year that we had, but also to really prepare to launch forward into what's next. And I'll be excited to have Commodore Nation there alongside us.
How much added importance is there when this is a chance at the first winning season in over 10 years, and Georgia Tech is also a team that you recruit against a lot?
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting stuff is what it is. For us, we started this conversation as soon as we began our kind of bowl phase of preparation, the bowl cycle. And this is a legacy game for this team, a chance for the first bowl win, first winning season since 2013. This is the 10th bowl game, I think, in 134 years of our program, which is just a statement in and of itself. But again, the chance to finish with a winning season will be huge. To play against a Power Four opponent is such a great challenge. And again, this is a really good team we're playing against. So all of it actually fuels the excitement that our players have about the matchup. This is a Georgia Tech team that took a Georgia team that looked pretty good last night, you know, to 8 overtimes. And we've had a couple of common opponents and played similarly through the year. So it's just, there's a lot to like about it. Again, I think for us, part of the excitement is the challenge. But we understand the significance of the game, and you know, we embrace the fact that this result is historically meaningful to our program, and we're going to talk about that, you know, as much as possible over the next couple weeks in preparation.
Are you expecting to have most of your roster available to play in the bowl? Are you expecting there to be a lot of opt-outs or transfers over the next couple weeks?
Well, a lot is a lot. So I don't expect a lot of anything. You know, I think what I've met, and again, there's no script for program building in 2024. There's no script for roster management in 20. I mean, this is all kind of we're you know, staying agile and adapting as we go. You know, we've had a lot of hard conversations here internally because we know we have to make room on this roster to keep elevating and moving forward. And there's a lot of guys that through mutual conversation have decided to move on in their best interest and the program's best interest. And I think there's something to be celebrated about that. You know, we're working with these guys to, again, find opportunities for them that best fit their expectations for how they play. Those guys, almost to a man have said how excited they are to play in this bowl game and how excited they are to finish well what we started. I think that's a great statement in terms of the type of program we have and like the soul of this program. And so I'm going to celebrate every day that I have with those guys who will be moving on, but it won't be without sadness and a sense of loss in terms of the relationship. And then there will be guys that make their own personal decisions based off their best interests that won't be with us moving forward. And all of it's, whether it's our choice or a mutual choice or their choice, all of it serves to move our program forward. And what I know is that we'll put a competitive, tough product on the field December 27th that reflects the program that we are and the program that we're building. And I'll be really excited and I'll celebrate that.
How close to 100% do you think Diego can get with what's going to be almost a month off?
Well, I think pretty close. Time will tell. But his injuries, a lot of them they weren't acute or they weren't surgical. They were just wear and tear based. And so obviously he'll practice and prepare, but I would expect he's going to be feeling really good by the time we're playing.
From just a college football fan standpoint, it seems like an intriguing game just to watch with two teams with very unique style offenses. I mean, what do you think?
I think it's a great matchup. I think the Birmingham Bowl has done a magnificent job of selecting two teams that also are going to be hungry to play in this game, and again, ARIA roster management aside, and I think that how we're affected, how they're affected. I mean, at the end of the day, the people on the field are going to care about the result of the game, and so the style of play is similar. I'm very familiar with Tyler Santucci. He and I have worked together. I mean, he's one of my closest friends in coaching, and I know exactly what he's about. Their defense and their defensive coordinator, and this is going to be a tough physical team we play against, and that's how we pride ourselves on playing. So it's going to be fun, and again, it's certainly not going to be easy, and the challenge is the part of it that we kind of embrace the most is, we want it to be something that it forces us to reach, and certainly we feel like this matchup is one that is competitive, and we're going to have to go and play a really good game, but that just puts some more significance on our preparation and the level of focus we take down to Birmingham, and those are things that we've talked about all season. So not out of our typical identity, but certainly I think a matchup that everyone should be excited about, and one that internally we're excited for the challenge of it.
What does it say about kind of your program and the culture this year that there are players who have decided to leave the program that are sticking around for the year?
Well, I think it speaks to the relationships that exist here, and maybe some of that has to do with the environment we've created. But I really want to just emphasize that it says more about the individuals, and I think rather than use it as somehow a way to say, look at what Vanderbilt football does, it gives me hope for young people to say, like, we started this, we love and care about this, we want to finish this well. And that means that we're going to sacrifice, Christmas break at home. How easy is it for someone to, finish finals and pack up and head home when they know that they're going to be somewhere else next semester? I mean, it gives me great hope that these guys believe in what is going on here, that believe in each other, believe in their teammates. And for me, selfishly, I'm excited to share this room with them for the next 3 weeks and to share a logo with them. And truthfully, I mean, these are relationships that will extend well beyond, the 3-4 years that we've had them, and certainly what's next. These are friendships, these are relationships that will be meaningful forever. So yeah, certainly I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud to have them part of this program, and we'll spend every day that I can celebrating their membership here. And once Vanderbilt football, always Vanderbilt football. I hope they take a piece of this program and plant it elsewhere, but I'm going to celebrate this time we have left.
What are your options at quick tackle looking like? I assume Gunner's probably not going to play.
Yeah, no, he won't, but I've got a lot of faith in Coach Klanakis and Tim Beck and those guys, and obviously Jerry will have a hand in that too. It's going to be a little bit of kind of put what's on the table out there, and see what's the best fit. And there are guys that have repped there. We have young players that have yet to find a significant role yet on the field. That's not because they're not capable. It's just maybe they didn't have the game experience. Maybe we were bringing them along, but I'm really glad to not have to turn around and play, in 2 weeks. I'm glad to have the 2 weeks of prep before we leave and go down there, and that gives us time to sort through what that depth will look like. But that is on everyone's mind here, and something we'll have to give attention to, and ultimately find the best combination of 5 guys that will help us create the space we need against a good defense.
Regardless of the roster, just as a ball coach, how much do you relish the fact that you get 3 weeks to prepare for one game?
Well, yes, I relish that. I think you also have to be really careful not to overdo it. I think sometimes more and more is not better. What I really relish in is the idea that we get to develop this roster over the next couple weeks. And I think we'll treat the actual bowl game like a bye week, maybe a little extended with respect to the time that we focus on the actual opponent. I think having the staff have the time to create a great plan and to prepare to teach that plan over the course of 10 days or so, I think is really helpful. And our players obviously will all be watching Georgia Tech, even as we focus really more internally here in the early parts of the prep. But this is what bowl experience is about. You extend the season, we'll, especially with a game on the 27th, we'll have a chance to, basically have what is a glorified spring practice. We'll train our team in our weight room. And beyond that, we'll introduce, the early enrollee guys, I think on the 15th or thereabouts. And so you have a chance to develop the next team too through preparation. And then, we'll have an extended amount of time we'll spend actually on the nuts and bolts of the Georgia Tech plan. Just, you don't want to do that over 3 weeks, because I think sometimes that creates a little bit of a drag, just in terms of, you want familiarity with the opponent, but you don't want them to become, you don't want them to feel like they've spent 3 weeks on it. Let's focus on us. Let's develop. Let's have fun playing. Let's get back to our systems. Let's reteach and reinstall some of the things that we want to get better at as a staff. Let's take time on our self-scout and say, hey, what do we do well? What are the things we want to work on here as we get to bowl prep? And by the time we're creating this game plan, we have both the awareness of the year that has been, and also enough awareness of the opponent. Say, hey, these are the things we do well. This is how we best attack them, and that gives us the best chance to win the game.
Can mid-year transfers also, if they commit and sign scholarship papers early enough, can they practice?
I believe that I don't know about that, Robbie, and so I don't want to answer something that I don't have the answer for. That's how I get in trouble. But what I know is anyone who is a mid-year enrollee that has been recruited to this team to this point with a plan to play can participate, and I don't see why that wouldn't apply to transfers that we would take in, so long as they've met certain requirements. But again, I don't want to go too far in that because I don't know.
How many of the early enrollees do you potentially see playing in the bowl game?
Well, we can't actually have them participate in the game. They can prepare with us. So otherwise, I'd say all of them. But no, they're gonna. The value for them is the ability to, again, and it won't be we'll have basically we practiced on Thursday last week. By the time we have the Friday walkthrough, which this is a Friday game, will be on Thursday. That'll be our 15th practice as it's plotted right now, and so those guys won't be folded into all of those practices, because they have to be graduated or through whatever finish line they need to get through, and then our semester has to be complete here too. And I believe that's December 15th. Don't hold me to that. But as soon as we have a chance to fold them in, we'll fold them in, and there's such value in them going through this process. It sets the course for a great start to their winter. And certainly to spring practice. And so that's a really exciting part of this. I mean, I can't tell you, independent of the game, the opponent, the excitement. Again, when I told the team today, and there are very few surprises left, but we strategically set a team run so that they were on the field when the news broke, and so away from their phones. And that is like the last remaining sacred place where they can't get notifications. And so I was able to tell them as a complete surprise when they finished that up, and they were really excited about it, which was cool to see. But I am so excited for this program to be at a point where now we have these extra practices. And my favorite times are the times where you can just focus on the process of getting better. And obviously we'll shift into game prep in the next couple weeks, but we're really going to enjoy just playing some football here over the next couple weeks to get our program better and set a course for us forward.
Are there any injured guys who missed the UT game that may be able to make it back to this one?
I'm going to say yes to that without looking at the list in front of me. Obviously, time tends to create the conditions for guys to return. There were a couple of guys in that week, AJ Newberry coming to mind, that won't be available. You know, Christian James also I don't think will be. And to take a minute just to honor Christian and all he's given to this program. I mean, this guy is the ultimate warrior, and he played when, you know, most people wouldn't have against LSU, and he wasn't able to participate against Tennessee, which I know was hard for him and hard for me. But man, do I have a lot of respect for him and appreciate, again, all that he's given, all that he's done here. And, you know, I don't think that he'll be able to play for us in Birmingham, but he'll be with us. And so those two guys off the top of my head that weren't available for Tennessee, I don't think will be available for the bowl game. I'll have to examine that list as we go and let you know.
Zaylen probably can't play if he wants the red shirt, right?
I would imagine that he can, and I'm not even sure yet what his return to play looks like. So I don't know, but I would not anticipate him being available.